LORRAINE Spencer here. This is the P.O.C, Pattern of Conduct, real-time documentation of the state of California's criminal pattern of conduct of federal stalking in concert with the people of the state of California in violation of existing federal law, that is 18 U.S.C. section 2261A, subsection 1 and subsection 2. This is ongoing documentation that is specifically gathered following my release from kidnapping by this entity that was ceaselessly monitoring in violation of 18 U.S.C. and in violation of Title 15 and in violation of the Prison Rape Elimination Act, as I was subject to the same exact criminal pattern of conduct while kidnapped by this entity seeking to conceal this criminal system that I am documenting and publishing and exposing on the venue of the internet, where I am also subject to the criminal pattern of conduct, and understand that kidnapping is the pattern of conduct that is criminal obstruction of justice, as the entity seeks to avoid prosecution and to avoid documentation and exposure for engaging in this criminal system. The people of the state are the vicarious aspect of the entity. They are engaging in federal stalking as I am kidnapped by the state inside of the state facilities, all right? And they are fully engaging in kidnapping upon criminal summoning. So this is the this is the entity from beginning to the end engaging in the criminal acts of the federal stalking and the acts of criminal obstruction of justice. This is also documentation on the venue of the internet engaging in the criminal pattern of conduct via obstruction of justice, and this is in any way reducing or removing the ability to publish the ongoing documentation of the state's criminal pattern of conduct, which is waging an ongoing threat to my life as I remain subject to this criminal system. And this is the criminal pattern of conduct on the venue of the internet, okay? And that is the totality of what I have documented since release. I was kidnapped from June 18, 2021 from third-party facilitating venue of the Ontario Museum of History and Arts, where the Ontario Police Department were monitoring, and this in conformity to the ongoing wealth of documentation that I have already published, specifically revealing the Ontario Police Department engaging in monitoring and kidnapping, which was via the assertion of a fictitious warrant pursuant to a fictitious prosecution. That is the people of the state of California v. LORRAINE Spencer, case number Mary Wendy Victor 2000640. I was subject to kidnapping pursuant to this fictitious prosecution, documentation on the facility cameras everywhere that I was inside of the facility of West Valley, located at 9700 Etiwana Avenue in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, California, and at the state facilitating venue of the Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court, located at 8303 Haven Avenue in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, and I was subject to federal stalking ceaselessly at the jail, at the courthouse, in the courtrooms, okay? The same exact pattern of conduct ceaselessly underway. The kidnapping serves obstruction of justice, and that this is kidnapping that I endured from June 18th, 2021 up until August 16th, 2021. This is the P.O.C. 5SNB035 087ZY, that's a handicap plate, 7XXH880 6TKB533 76636 Apple 1 8SOD 738 8BHE357. I think I got that one already. Oh, here we go. Here's some more. Just want to document some third parties right now. I just got through documenting this city of Ontario. That is the people, but that's actually officially a state actor, and they're terrorizing together. 8GDF 640, 8SDK 078, 8AFW 636, 21221M2. 8N9368, 3 or substantially something. You can scratch that one. I'm trying to see that one. 7L11660, 8TOG 643. State facilitating venue, health department, located at 150 East Holt. All the cameras are revealing what is federal stalking inside of that venue. They're engaged in criminal activity. They have no form. That's a state facilitating venue. The state's criminal pattern of conduct is underway. 7ADE868, RODRIGU. FedEx is crossing path, heading west on Holt Boulevard. 7HYF157, 8S 62861.
crossing path in the parking lot of 150 East Holt, right behind me in the parking lot. This is light activity and federal stalking in a commercial vehicle. Can't pay your mortgage. We buy houses. She's engaged in federal stalking. 6ZZF648. That's an African-American female in the parking lot of 150 East Holt. That's a state facilitating venue. This is license plate 71415D2. City of Ontario, crossing path going east on Holt Boulevard, and a dumpster truck. 7TJU777, 7ADE868, in case I didn't get that one already. JIREH7. That's Amtrak again, crossing path. That's actually a Metrolink train on the Amtrak links, okay? 8SVK177, 7NAK560, 05707M1. That was a Metrolink train, the white train with the blue Metrolink lettering. I know Metrolink train because I have ridden it. That was a Metrolink using the Amtrak train tracks right behind the museum to create audible activity. That's going to go to both actors because that is a readily identifiable actor engaging in federal stalking, Metrolink and Amtrak. 8WBX272, 7AMN908, 6XST343, 8TMN547, ONLEEGD, 8PGU656, 6V11435, 7G15874, driving straight, keeping his turn signal on. That's how the people engage in light activity and stalking with light. Right across the street at Beverly Banquets, you have what is the City of Ontario. I have documented this actor. It's a subsidiary of City of Ontario, engaging in what is formed for cleaning the sidewalk in relevant position across the street, monitoring using a commercial vehicle. 54617P2. License plate 7MVA390, 6XJS190, 7GNG755, 8ROW394. It's 8:41 a.m. 7UYZ864. 8T15991, 8RLN731, 6YXW593, 6CYS996, 8PXL783, 8JQU011, and let me go ahead and show you something because I have documented that. I just want to give you an image so you can see who I'm talking about. Eight HGH650, 8 HCX139. All right, that's amplified plane activity as they are hiding underneath the clouds flying over. 8BZD168. Understand this is the same exact demonic activity that I'm capturing last night. 8LWA018. You have a group stalker that's standing in direct alignment to me across the street. All right, while the state is stalking by airplane, flying over Euclid Avenue, hiding under the clouds, next to Omnitrans, who is now present, engaging in relevant position visually, because they are always engaged in using their commercial vehicles for federal stalking. You have what is their presence in concert with that amplified plane activity. They were engaging in federal stalking overnight as well, amplifying the sound of their speaker heard on the museum grounds. Exceptional, just like you heard with that helicopter, that's called amplification. Federal stalking and terrorism by Omnitrans. That's what I am documenting right now as I'm getting more license plates, okay? This is an Arizona plate on the back of a trailer on the back of another vehicle, but this trailer's license is NXA01D. And that's an Arizona plate on the back of that trailer. I want to speak to what is demonic activity. I just took a picture of what is the female. She's standing in a gray hoodie. She's standing on the opposite side of the street. You're looking at the conduct, you're looking at the elements, and you're also witnessing demonic activity. Demons engaging in what is targeting conduct, what is literally terrorism, all right, while they are stalking and monitoring as the government, because they're in the shoes of the government. And she is looking the opposite way, looking as though she's unaware of me, that she is uninterested, and all of the elements are present, okay? That's demon possession, all right? That is the psychopath sex offender, license plate 50764U1. She's acting in concert with that City of Ontario vehicle that I took a picture of. And that too is also another outward, that's one engaging in what's supposed to be their job while doing the exact same criminal activity in relevant position, all right? There is absolutely no form. 5GNE 591, 6WRE 117, 6ZEE 879, 7TKK 718. This is a large truck. Front plate is Indiana 3160443, that's Ryder. California 109375, US dot 16130. The back plate on that truck 4GA 8184. You've got Safety Patrol 1570078, safety officer engaged in federal stalking. All right, that's a psychopath driving a security officer vehicle, literally. This is license plate 8 FBG 906, 8 PSU 364, DAX 7 THO, I believe. DAX 7 THO, I believe. Yeah. United States Postal Service. They're engaged in kidnapping as well. 5EBF 630. That goes without saying, but I'm just letting you know I documented them specifically engaging in kidnapping while the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department was kidnapping with the Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court, engaging in the same exact federal stalking under the fake sun while I'm en route from this West Valley to Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court. They're acting while I am kidnapping and monitoring. They're engaged in kidnapping. 8LPP 331, 7DXE 732, 8TTC 687. Same group stalker, AMR, engaging in federal stalking with the people, 8SQG 558, 5BTJ 494, vehicle number 46100, AMR license 63662Y2. License plate 5FPF 679, license plate 7DXE 732. 8 W.S.C. 397, I think I read that one already. License plate, let's see, 7 WKU 155, 7 HTC 986. All right, and these psychopath stalkers, all right, these demon-possessed people who are engaged in this system that I'm exposing, are together engaging in what is that documented activity of the city of Ontario. They're acting as one entity. That was documentation of what is terrorism, of what is a very specific threat, literally repeating the exact same conduct that I captured on June 18th. Understand, not only is that an incredible coincidence, the stalking with helicopter, you have what is the exact same conduct engaged in for the purpose of posing a threat. This is how demons behave, and they engage in this pattern. All right, and it's called, a lot of it is very symbolic. All right, so this is a matter of understand. Let me get this license plate over here. Omnitrans engaging in relevant position. 5UGM 159, 6AGV 760, 8LEU 693. All of them, understand, as I'm documenting them, they're all engaging in that terrorism. It's an ongoing criminal act. They're sex offenders. They're kidnappers. They are psychopaths, harassing and threatening together. 40748F2, 7ZJM563, 7AWP599, 8 VXN 569, and I'll tell you also why they are also sex offenders and psychopaths. This is not ordinary traffic. The state's criminal pattern of conduct is underway. This is demons engaging in the form of what is supposed to be normalcy when there is no normalcy. This is the pattern of conduct that is already established, and this is their means of engaging in that stalking conduct. This is also the psychopath that is aware that they are being documented. That's the psychopath, okay? 6PBG 705, 5R22547. The psychopath that has absolutely no form, meaning there is no guise under which the state's criminal pattern of conduct is occurring, and it's anything but that. BYEEEVO. BYEEEVO. That's audible activity as traffic is patrolling. 7NCX 491. San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, stalkers, demon-possessed, documented them on their own cameras, license 1500464. All right, light activity by a third-party group stock on the side of 150 East Holt with their hazards on, all right? License plate. Let's see. I read most of these license plates. Let me see. 6GRD 344, 7ZNW 540, 54, 804E3, 8WDN 176, 8VKR 774, Alrighty, I just wanted to capture an image of what was the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department engaging in the criminal elements of monitoring, demonstrating their ongoing demon possession. That's the outward demonstration of what is a psychopath and necessarily a sex offender. This criminal pattern of conduct underway as I'm documenting more and more third parties. 7EJB 368, 8COP, I'm sorry, 8CQP 077, 6KFJ 154. 733-49F3, 63251B3, 8DEK091. This is CK113. That's a black BMW, Asian male. License plate 8KZT314, and it's 8:51 a.m. 7UTA 788, I believe. It's 8:52 a.m. and I am at the intersection of Holt and Euclid Avenue, where the state is covering up its light source. This is what I was explaining in the video as well. The state's fake sun has already been documented at the same exact location at all times of the day, by the way, including in the evening. Recall my documentation, I have captured that. The state's stalking with its light source remaining over the same property in the evening when I have returned to it. But especially this time frame, the state's fake sun, as I was capturing it before I was kidnapped in early June, remaining as I remain, not just over the museum, but over the area at the museum where I am sleeping, over me, okay? The state's fake sun has been documented again over the museum at 7 o'clock in the morning. This is exactly what was occurring as I captured on video on June 18, 2021. The state's fake sun present, state stalking with helicopter, state stalking by City of Ontario, and state stalking by the Ontario Police Department, who engaged in sounding their sirens immediately as I stopped recording that video at 8 a.m. And I am then attacked and literally like tackled by these demon-possessed police officers, who then claim a warrant that does not exist in a fake case, 7YHA354, while they were engaged in what was federal stalking. All right, 7ZBU724, 7EGL613, 8RTP534, 6ZTC047. City of Ontario crossing path again when their dumpster truck with their flashing lights, they're creating light activity using the commercial vehicle. And on this side of the street, you have that third party keeping their truck parked on the opposite side of 150 East Holt with their hazards on. They're keeping light activity here, all right? The same pattern you'll see in my documentation, they meaning the people, engage in this ongoing pattern. This is how they stalk with light. In the same way the state stalks with light during the day with a fake sun, and at night with a light source, with a fake moon that remains over me. All right, so what I was speaking to was it's 8:54 a.m. And what I was speaking to was the criminal activity that I documented on June 18th. And the City of Ontario already heavily documented not only engaging in federal stalking and ongoing harassment pursuant to 18 U.S.C. section 2261A, subsections 1 and 2 at the museum, but heavily documented for years now, engaging in repeated acts of kidnapping while federal stalking is underway. So the kidnapping is pursuant to what is an ongoing attempt to obstruct justice while they are aware that they're being documented. And they represent the entity, okay? And so on June 18th, this is what is documented. The state's fake sun is over the museum at 7 o'clock in the morning, and directed light is underneath the shaded area of the museum where I am sleeping, impossible light activity. All right, and you have what I have already documented, what I'm stating, I have already documented the state's fake sun over that museum, the same exact museum, at 7 o'clock in the morning, all right? This is already in existence, this is already published, and this is not new. This is exactly what was occurring on June 18, 2021, where I'm kidnapped by the Ontario Police Department, and this morning what I documented again was an ongoing perpetuation of a direct threat with the intent to terrorize by the municipality, City of Ontario, acting in concert with the people. So I just wanted to get more license plates right now, and you have what is the absence of a coincidence, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department using their vehicles to engage in the criminal pattern of conduct, to engage in stalking, to engage in terrorism with the state outside of its walls, where I documented them for 60 days, engaging in what is kidnapping and federal stalking and sexual violence, all right? Revealing what are psychopath demon-possessed sex offenders. And that is no overstatement. It is precisely what I have revealed while I was kidnapped inside of that venue at 9700 Etiwana Avenue at Rancho Cucamonga, all right? And the state's fake sun over that West Valley jail while I remained at that venue during the day, directing light inside of that venue, inside of that unit, okay, while I am there during the day. Fake sun not over the museum, but over West Valley, okay? I want to document this vehicle right here that is a means of stalking outside of the state facilitating venue, the Ontario Health Center at 150 East Holt, acting with San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, acting with the state that's stalking by airplane, acting with the third parties that I'm documenting out here. This is the creation of light activity. This is how they stalk with light. License plate 8GLK373. And this is a white truck parked outside of the health center. And this is keeping light activity in relevant position to me while I am on the opposite side getting license plates. And you have what is inside, Allied Universal engaged in federal stalking, and you have what are those who are inside of the building of 150 East Holt engaging in federal stalking while this light activity is maintained outside in relevant position to them. What you're looking at on camera is P.O.C. And I'm referencing cameras because I'm speaking to what are surveillance cameras, which are a means of universal documentation of the entity. As I'm speaking to my presence, you're looking at what is relevant positioning by those who are engaged in federal stalking, all right? And maliciously so. Having no First Amendment right to claim that they're at a job or anything of that, the state's criminal pattern of conduct is underway. 13259F2, 6FYZ 871. All right, and that is the revealing of the system in operation. It's 8:58 a.m. Alrighty, I want to go ahead and speak to what I just documented, which was the third party's face, his image, that I captured engaging in federal stalking, and that is documentation of what is one engaging in what is terrorism. I'm specifically documenting that right now. That's why I wanted to get more third-party identities. And this one creating light activity on the side of 150 East Holt, a state facilitating venue where they are monitoring. He's facilitating that venue to monitor, creating light activity. He's facilitating the ability of the state to monitor, that is stalking by plane and helicopter. He's facilitating the people to monitor, to be able to monitor as they are patrolling in their vehicles. All right, that's what those useless hazards are accomplishing. And like I stated in the video, there is absolutely no form. The state's pattern of conduct is undeniably underway, engaging in terrorism and federal stalking with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department as well, which is the removal of any, I mean, I've already removed the question of what is underway, but you are speaking to what is the literal absence on the part of the people who engage in what is demonic activity. Demons that rely on the outward appearance of what they're engaging in. So wants the focus to be, oh, well, he ran out of gas. This is why he's approaching his vehicle with a gas can. And that is the cause as to why he's illegally parked in front of 150 East Holt, which is not a parking spot, and keeping his car there for a prolonged period while I am there documenting license plates. This is how they are stalking with light. And that is a long documented pattern of conduct for which there is no form. The state is stalking, the state is monitoring, the state is kidnapping, the state is engaged in what is terrorism, as I documented this morning by the city of Ontario. And that is the pattern of conduct, and I captured that third party's image, and I just wanted to speak to that. That's what the significance of that video is, as I also explained in it. You're going to want to take a look at that. We do air conditioning and heating, engaged in federal stalking license 09531X2, CONT number 706940, group stalking with the city of Ontario, who's creating substantial light activity. City of Ontario is just sitting next to a dumpster. This third party, federal stalking with City of Ontario, license plate 8JSV935. Sitting in the middle of the street on the opposite side, doing the same exact thing with the hazards in the middle of the street with the paper plate on it, BL14E76 in a white Suburban. All right, I did capture what is the people engaging in federal stalking and showing what is that demonic conduct of stalking with light. as I'm literally surrounded with means of light activity through both the municipality and the people acting in their private vehicles, sitting in the middle of the street, sitting on the side of the street, sitting at the stop sign with their flashing light on, their turn signal. It's the same thing, 8ALR677, P.O.C. Acting in concert with the one that's sitting in the middle of the street with their hazards on. That's the same exact means, understand that. 8JGS850, P.O.C. brake lights, light activity, crossing path, federal stalking, P.O.C. It's 9:05 a.m. 7MXP 852, 7R 75238, 7UUN 561. I believe I've documented that license plate before. 21577B1. 81357E3. 8FJJ013, and the white Suburban that was sitting in the middle of the street with that paper plate on it is now crossing path, just using that vehicle as a means of stalking with light. This is the outward demonstration by the people of the state of the demon possession, okay? That's what they're showing you. And the psychopath stalker is a sex offender. That's what they're showing you. 424 dB handicap, 8P09649. Yeah, it was that Latino male that went to a different vehicle, and he now, because he's aware, understand, he's aware of what I'm documenting, the heavy set one. He's acting like he was about to walk to the Suburban, just like I stated, but it doesn't matter whoever's vehicle it is. But I read both license plates, the car door that he opened, and he's also seen driving that vehicle. But that actually, I just want to be clear, third parties are acting in concert. Just because they get in a vehicle and drive it away actually doesn't mean that that's their vehicle. 8PTP596. They engage in just ongoing knowledge of what I'm speaking as I'm documenting. They engage in ongoing failure at form. It doesn't matter who jumps in the driver's seat, to be honest with you. It doesn't matter. 8PIP596 makes a U-turn acting in concert with Staples. This is a light activity, and this is patrolling. This is pacing in a vehicle, 00742G2. City of Ontario is still pacing back and forth in that same parking lot with the flashing lights, all right? It is 9:07 a.m. And you're looking at the same exact conduct of stalking with light using the hazards. That's the Staples vehicle, all right? That is the ongoing demonstration of the demon possession, all right? Everybody using their vehicles for a means of stalking with light. This is how the people do it, just like I stated. This is not a coincidence that everywhere I'm going that they find some means to create light activity. It's how they're engaging in federal stalking it, and this is demon possession. Alrighty, I just captured video of what is ongoing stalking with light using their vehicles, both private and commercial. This is the stalking with light that the people engage in, and it is also the outward demonstration of demon possession. All right, these are the same actors. Understand, Staples engaging in terrorism, acting with the state. That's stalking by plane and helicopter, as I documented today. Engaging in terrorism as they are stalking with light. Understand that while you are documenting, and the entity is aware that you're documenting it. This is inherent to the crime of monitoring, by the way. But you're looking at what is demonic activity, and this is translating as far as prosecution. This is terrorism. While you are documenting what are people that are engaging in this ongoing conduct, identical conduct everywhere that you go. All right, that is a method of terrorism, and that's what 8PIP596 is engaging in. She can put whoever she wants in her vehicle. This is facilitated by third-party facilitating venue, Ontario Senior Housing Partner at 280 North Lemon Apartments, who are engaging in form with Staples, accepting a package while they're creating light activity inside of that venue. The same venue where the state flies over me and around by helicopter and airplane all day, and while they act in concert with that entity, stalking with noise and light in the state's directed light under the state's fake sun. All right, this is you're understanding what is terrorism while the people engage in the pattern of conduct with the state, literally stalking me from the museum with methods of light activity, chiefly using their vehicles. Okay, but also in motion in traffic is an ongoing pacing It's pacing. It's the one entity that is pacing repeatedly. It's not separate. They're one entity and they're repeatedly pacing, and it's demonic. Just in the same way the state is pacing via aircraft. Pacing back and forth. Pacing is relevant. I'm speaking to pacing because I'm speaking to what is demonic activity. You're looking at identical conduct amongst a people. This is entirely demented. It is accomplishing a criminal purpose, and it is also that which is incredibly threatening and intended to terrorize. This is speaking to what is terrorism by the entity. That's why I'm speaking to what is the revealing of what is the elements as they're engaging in it, but it's also demonic at its core, and demonic activity is that which is intended to terrorize. All right, it is totally intended to terrorize and reasonably designed to terrorize, especially one who is who is subject to this conduct, to this twisted and demented pattern of conduct, having no idea what is occurring, why people are doing the same thing over and over again everywhere that they go, and what is occurring. That is something that is designed to terrorize, and that is operated by government. And that is exactly what I'm documenting. And that is City of Ontario engaging in stalking and monitoring and ongoing terrorism from the Ontario Museum, and engaging in ongoing stalking at the moment. While I'm documenting Staples, they're remaining and engaging in ongoing pacing at that same parking lot where they were just sitting there stationary, essentially waiting for me to turn my camera on them. The moment that I did, then they start driving away with a dumpster truck on the back of the truck, okay? That's the psychopath that knows that they're being documented and just engaging in ongoing that's terrorism as well. Okay, that's a psychopath that is aware that they're being documented and insists on engaging in stalking, insists on engaging in sexually violating you while they're monitoring, all right, and stalking. This is an incredible threat that they're posing, and this is the municipality's City of Ontario engaging in that. It is Friday, August 20th, 2021. It's 9:14 a.m. That's P.O.C. TYM 453, 9:21 p.m. That is P.O.C. All right, no doubt about the state that is a stalker, but just showing you how the state followed me from 280 North Lemon Apartments to the museum and is flying over me here at 9:34 p.m. That is P.O.C., and that is the ongoing terrorism by the state as it is failing to deter me from uploading the videos of the third-party group stalking psychopath sex offenders that I documented en route from 280 North Lemon Apartments, which is the state's demonic behavioral pattern. As it's monitoring what I'm doing on the internet, it engages in more harassing stalking conduct, such as flying over me with helicopters. It's 9:34 p.m. at the Ontario Museum of History and Art.